welcome to the BAF Draft. I'm Gary Wilkinson, and with me today is...
I'm Matt Zerby.
Matt Zerby. Lunchbox is out. He'll be back sometime.
Whatever's on our ends.
Yeah. So this is going to be our official second podcast, and I kind of went over... You haven't listened to our first one, Matt,
Nope,
so you have
didn't
no
listen
idea what
to
I'm
it.
referring to. So we're going to do a pack one, pick one, but we're not doing one today.
No pack one, pick
No
one.
pack
today.
one, pick one. We did one last time. We're not doing this one.
If it's blue, pick it.
If it's blue, pick
If it's
it?
blue, pick it.
Okay.
There's your rule. There you go. There's your pack one, pick one.
For which, what's that?
If it's rare and blue, pick it.
Okay. So, this is my formal introduction to Matt. Matt has played Magic with me out here in Afghanistan and Bagram since, what, 2011?
2010.
I started in 2011.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's when the group started, the actual, what we call BAF Draft now, started like
okay.
the spring of 2011.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it would have been that, I think it would have been, that's when I met you, it was in 2011.
Okay,
'Cause I
I
wasn't
started
here.
playing right at the end of 2010.
So you did.
Yeah.
Okay, so you give your history. So
Okay.
I got a little history. No, I'm just talking about for BAF Draft. Me and you together, we were here with the original group
Yes.
that
yes,
started.
we were.
So we're the old founding members.
Well, we were
sorta.
not the founding member. There were people here before us.
Well, I'm
Like
s-
way before. Magic has been going on out here in Bath for a long time.
But the organized at this MWR that used to be over here, the A-Ball,
Yeah.
that had started in, I think, April of 2011, where it was like an official every Thursday night.
Right.
like
It was
an
more of an
actual event.
impromptu thing before that.
Yeah, no, this was when it started scheduling. There was a Navy guy. I remember him doing it.
Okay.
He was a yeoman, and I was the same rate on the Navy. So
Oh.
and then that he left, somebody else took over, and then I took over, and then I left, came back, and then I remember seeing you at another base, and then we came back here. What, a couple years ago, and then we see each other again. So
Yeah, it was actually really crazy that we both started playing at the exact same time again when I got back to this base.
Okay, so here's my questions. These are little questions. How long have you been playing? Which you already, I think, addressed that.
Well, I have been playing since 2006. Actually, when I left basic training, I went back to, because I was in reserves. I went back to the house, the flop house, my parents called it, that I was living in with a bunch of friends, and Ice Age had come out, and Cold Snap.
Cold Snap.
It was.
Ice
Cold
Age
Snap.
was in '95.
Yeah.
That's
Cold-
when I started playing.
Cold Snap had come out, so I went and bought 2 booster boxes of Cold Snap because it was the newest and greatest and latest thing. It was a big mistake. It was a terrible set.
I remember when that set came out because when I got back into Magic again, when I stopped way back in, was it 98 or 99 or something like that. I remember that set. That was one of the first ones when I kind of dabbled in for it a little bit because I've gone in and out like multiple times. But okay, so you started then.
Yep.
And why was it a big mistake?
We played kitchen table Magic, and it was a terrible kitchen table Magic set. The cards were miserable. They didn't really do kitchen table wise things that we thought were cool. You know,
Gotcha.
we were very Timmy and Johnny. We were not Spikes at all.
So explain what that means.
We
A lot of listeners don't understand the different personalities of Magic players. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I think we're going to probably talk about that later.
Okay.
But we would like to play big monsters and throw them at each other.
Okay.
And synergy and combining different effects, those weren't something we were concerned about. It was just throwing big monsters at each other.
Okay, so mental note. Next week we're going to go over
Okay,
about
mental
that.
note.
Okay. So, and by the way, don't, like, you can just talk. If we go off the tangent or whatever, I'll go back in and edit it like this right here. I'll edit out. I'll
I
just
should
cut
keep it. Should keep it.
Well, no, okay, we can keep it, but like certain stuff that's just like, I try to keep it within an hour. So, that's the fun, cool thing. You can cut and paste and do whatever.
Oh, so I could just say any kind of random,
You can say
and people won't know if it gets cut.
exactly. I can edit. I can cut out little cuss words and add little things in there.
Oh, nice.
I told Lunchbox, this is going on here. I told Lunchbox, if the words were too, like, I want to keep it. I don't want to keep it like G, but kind of PG. Like TV kind of stuff. The rule. So if it gets too bad, like the F-bomb or whatever, I'm gonna put in Tarmogoyf over the top of it as a censored thing or some Magic related thing. Okay, so
Tarmogoyf.
Tarmogoyf. What the?
Tarmogoyf?
Yeah, see.
There you go.
Your favorite format?
My favorite format would probably be cube and cube drafting.
Right now, I'm kind of like that with you. I like that.
And if it's not cube drafting, I want to play Commander.
Commander?
But I want non-spike Commander, non-competitive Commander, just the casual throw the deck together Commander.
Not the proxy everything and anything crazy stuff we did a while back.
No, not the crazy stuff of no.
So you like limited cube specifically?
Yes,
okay.
I like limited and I like cube limited.
And that'll change eventually, right? I mean, you still like regular pack limited, right?
Yes.
Like
yeah.
like you like draft more than sealed, though, right?
Honestly, between the two, it doesn't really bother me either way.
Okay.
Honestly, one of the things I'm concerned on is cheap. I like to play Magic cheap, so.
Gotcha. Cube is cheap.
Cube is very cheap. It's cheap as free.
Well, if you have the cubes we don't have the $40,000 actual cubes. We have proxies. I'm actually working on building. We'll talk about that later. I'm working on building my real cube.
Ooh.
So, but I'm not gonna play with it. It's just gonna be there for proxies. Most memorable Magic the Gathering moment.
Most memorable Magic the Gathering moment. I'm gonna have to say coming out here, being out here for BAF Draft and being part of the whole group. It was Innistrad block, and
I remember that.
It was the standard thing, with
the double Garuk.
Oh yeah, the flip Garuk. But it was Innistrad block. I drafted a sick red-green deck, and I took first place in that event. And the minor details I don't remember of how the different matches broke down, but I just remember that being the time going, oh my word, these people who've been playing for months, I just took down the whole thing. Oh, it was a next level experience for me.
Awesome. Dude, were you at that draft? I don't know if you were there. Remember Omira?
I do know.
You don't remember? Okay, so you won't remember that. There was a draft. We had a new guy, and he didn't know what a Planeswalker was. And he passed it to this guy, and the other guy in his second pack opened up a Planeswalker. It was a Garuk.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
He had two Garuks in one draft. So.
I do remember being passed in draft fetch lands multiple times. Because people thought lands.
Here?
Yes, here.
No, I remember with the new guys. Yeah.
And I even told the players beforehand. I said, "You realize this is a pretty expensive card you're passing." And
Tim did that a couple of times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he did not like him.
Yeah.
He did not like the lose one life.
Yeah.
Lose one life, gain $20. All right.
Wow, that picked up. I just moved my back over. Picked up so loud. Okay, so next question. What are your thoughts on this new set, Battle for Zendikar?
Battle for Zendikar. I have not yet gotten a chance to play it. I've gotten a chance to, let's say one thing, Scion tokens. That's what I am all excited about. Token 1/1s, tokens that actually make a difference. Yes, please.
And you don't have to tap them to do it?
Nope,
you
no
can
tapping.
attack and sack.
Sack the same turn they come into play. That's what I'm excited about.
So, have you listened to the, I mentioned limited resources on there because I've been listening to the part 1 and part 2 set review that we're kind of going over.
The holy grail of podcasts?
Yeah.
The thing to which all other podcasts should look up to?
Yes.
To mimic, and yes, I have listened, but I have not listened to the set release for Battle for Zendikar.
Okay, it's a 2-parter again, as normal. I started to today. They went a little off, I think, on a bunny trail in the beginning, kind of referring to a last episode, which is kind of a lead up to the set review, but yeah, it's kind of crazy because they were going over some weird scenarios and stuff in it.
I personally don't like to look at reviews of the individual Magic, or people's reviews of Magic cards until I'm about to start drafting.
Okay.
And due to the shift that I'm on, I am unable to draft at the current time.
Yeah, that's going to be one of our topics too. We're going to talk about. So, okay, what are your? This is not me questioning. Now, this is going to be our discussion here.
Okay, discussion.
Expedition.
Expeditions.
The Battle for Zendikar expeditions, the oh my gosh, they're really expensive cards since foil Tarmogoyfs.
The Wizards decided to put $100 bills in their packs of Magic.
Yeah.
I am not a fan.
I've got all the cards from for those of you who don't know, there's going to be 45 of these cards total. The first 25 were put in Battle for Zendikar, and the remaining 20 will be in whatever the next set's called. Do you know what the next set's called?
Oath of Gatewatch.
Okay. So what they did on this, set, it's like a subset, if that makes sense. It's like if you're a baseball collector and you're trying to get that autograph card that's one in a box or one in however many, it's like that rare. It's not part of the set. It's a separate kind of subset. And for standard constructed play, it's not legal unless the card was already printed in a standard format, which the only ones I believe of these are going to be the 5 fetch lands. Like
the 5 cons fetch lands.
Yes. And the rest of them, there's 10 of the fetch lands. There's 10 of the shock lands. And the 5, what are they called?
Battle lands.
Battle lands. We were talking about this earlier. Because I call them all dual lands.
No, they are Battle of Zendikar lands called Battle lands.
But for those of you who don't know, all the fetch lands can go and get either or of the 2. You know, it could be a forest, whatever the 2 lands are that it is. All the shock lands are considered 2 of the same.
Mm-hmm. They have the names.
Yeah. So if it's if it's a, I mean, for example, find one here. For example, steam vents. Steam vents is both a island and a mountain, so you can fetch it with a fetch land. The same thing goes with the what are those called again? Battle lands. They're the same thing. They just have different conditions when they come into play. So, anyways, we were talking about the artwork. We were talking about the value of them. I did see on Puka Trade. The most expensive one out of all these is going to be, and it's still the most expensive, it's just gone down, is the, come on, man, Gary, where's it out here? I'm trying to find it.
Go through his notes here.
Come on, where is this?
It'd be like Rush Limbaugh shuffling his papers. Shuffle, shuffle.
Yeah, shuffle. It's not Arid Mesa. I don't think it's Arid Mesa. It can't be that. It's
Polluted Delta?
No. I wanted to say something Tarn, but Scalding Tarn. That's a different card, isn't it?
Scalding Tarn's in there.
Is it? Where? I'm just blind, I guess.
I'm gonna point it out for him here.
Just telling you, I don't see it on there. Did I just not print it? Maybe Scalding Tarn is. Let's count all these. How many's on that page? 9.
9.
No, there's 25 here. I thought Scalding Tarn was a fetch land.
Unless Scalding Tarn is one of the dual lands, and I'm just an idiot.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. Regardless, one of them, and it might be the Arid Mesa, it's one of them went up to, it was at $385 on Puka Trade. Now, the last time I checked was about 4 days ago. It was down to $270. So when they first came out, I saw a whole set, all 10 fetch lands of the full art pre-sale for 2000. Was it, what did I say it was? Did I say it was 2,400, 2,300?
Yeah, I've seen
it was something like that, and which I just think is foolish. One, because you can, if you're buying them to have them to play with, which I can't see anybody paying that much for, you can just buy the other ones and they're cheaper. 2, you know they're going to go down.
Well, you say they're going to go down, but I think that the limited amount that are going to be produced is going to counteract the demand.
Well,
you're going to have people who they have to run 4 of them. If they're going to run 1, they have to run 4.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is effects like Thoughtseize that makes it so you reveal your hand. If you reveal your hand and you only show 1 expedition, and then you play the same named card, but it's not an expedition, then they know you drew 1 in your draw step between times.
Yeah, and we had that discussion with basic lands when we're drafting as well.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to, I remember us having that discussion, like, if I'm going to draft and I'm going to put my lands in there, have the exact same artwork.
You want them all the same uniform.
Same thing with constructed decks, so people can't decipher and read between the lines, and those little things add up.
Yeah, it's giving away little bits of information. So because people need 4 of each one, and if the odds of pulling one are the same as a mythic foil, your odds of pulling one in your, you say your normal draft is you draft once a week because you're a normal person, not these psychos who go online and play over and over and over again and just throw points away. But if you're a normal person who drafts once a week, your odds of getting one are going to be once in the entire lifetime of the event.
Yeah, and that's why I go online and play a lot. So I do think they will go down in price. I mean, they already have. I'm going to tell you now, if I pull one out of a pack, I'm going to trade it off immediately.
Well, that's what makes it good. Is that I think it's good for people who draft For me, I just want to draft for free. Honestly,
Yeah.
If I get prizes, I want to turn around and turn those prizes back into packs
Yeah.
that I can sit there and redraft with. So if I open one of these, I'm just gonna find somebody that wants one. And there's gonna be people that want them.
And that's the thing with me. Like I'm collecting sets now, not play sets, just sets. It's kind of my thing. Anything beyond that, I'll trade off to do whatever. I started playing online a lot, and I come into Matt and telling him, yeah, man, spent this much, and I got these cards. They give you these cards if you spend like $40 or $20 online, you qualify for these cards. So pretty much, I got like a Relic Seeker and a Relic Seeker foil, like promo card, and I got a Vision Serum. Is that what it is?
Serum Vision.
Serum Vision's foil and Serum Vision's regular for last 2 months or whatever. I got something else this month. I don't know what it was. So and he's like, why are you spending money? I'm like, what do you? We gotta buy the packs and you gotta buy the points. He's like, no. So
even as you retell the story, the listener can't see my eyes roll in the back of my head.
So I have all these cards. Now keep in mind I'm collecting too, so I'm trying to get the Origin set. But I have a ton of extra cards. So I had sold them at one point and got like, at one time, Matt, I had 50-something tickets for selling cards. So I didn't think to keep that habit up,
But this is 50-something tickets after having spent how much money?
That was when I was doing good. But I don't know. Maybe $100 or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 80, 100, I don't know.
You spend $100 and walk away with 56.
I mean, but I still have cards though. So keep in mind, I've kept all my Planeswalkers. I have like almost a whole set of Planeswalkers for Origins. But anyways, he told me this is what he does, or explain what you do, and I'll explain the variation that I do.
Okay, so when you play an event, if you win the event, because of course you're gonna win the event, that's just how you do it.
Yeah, it happens to me every time.
Yeah. So you win the event. And then you walk away with 6 tickets, or 6 packs.
Uh-huh.
So you take those 6 packs and you go to a bot, one of the robots that exists.
This is if you're playing the 4-6 version of draft.
The 6-2-2-2.
Is that 6-2-2-2?
Well,
the other one's 4-8, right? 8-4.
8-4 and the 6-2-2-2. Let's just say you're doing the 6-2-2-2 because you're not.
And let's say you win every single time.
Well, let's say you win one time, even just one time. So you take the 6 packs that you just won, and you take 3 of those 6 packs, and you find a bot, and you sell them to the bot.
Which will pay for your tickets.
The bot will give you about 12 tickets.
Uh-huh.
3. So 6 tickets, about 6 tickets, maybe. Depending on the cost of the format. Then you take 2 of those tickets and the other 3 packs, and you redraft again.
And then you still have leftover tickets.
And you still have leftover tickets.
So in case you just went 2 one time.
Well, you just don't go 2-1.
Yeah.
You just don't.
And that's I want to say it's easier said than done if you listen to the podcast like Limited Resources and you really study the basics of drafting. You can go in there and win, but even some of the best players, their win percentages are like 50-60%.
Tends to be higher in the 60-70% range.
So either way, you're having fun if you can pay for it. But now another thing too, the cards you draft, you'll go sell those on the little bot sites, right, as well. And then you'll get money out of those. Now that's what I've been doing. I've been putting the stuff into my set that I'm trying to collect because I have different folders of my cards. So I have the folders for Origins. My set's almost done. I think I have like 9 cards left to get the set done. And online cards are really cheap. So the only stuff, by the way, Jace is up to like $49 online now.
Jeez.
Which is just insane. But most of your cards you can even buy them for cheap. They're so much cheaper than the physical cards. So putting a set together isn't really that bad, especially if you're drafting often. But I sold my cards the other night that I were not keeping in my set, and I got 22 tickets out of it. So that allowed me to go into the because I did a sealed for the Battle for Zendikar. I played 4 games this weekend for those because online it's like the pre-release online. I think it's like 2 weeks behind. So, and then next week will be the actual. You can start buying packs. So that's what I did, and I've been doing that every time because I have one bot guy I go to, and because I was nervous about doing that because they track your points. I was just like, nah, he's gonna take my crap and run. Well, it didn't work like that. So I've been accumulating stuff, and if it's little things at a time, I just add them to there, and then I get tickets here, tickets there, sometimes more. So.
Yeah. Well, and I would also check out if you're wondering about how much you can get per ticket or how much a draft is worth. check out magicev.com. It's a great website. You can put in the format that you play, you put in your win percentage, and you can see what the value is that you're going to get out of your match based on your win percentage.
That's interesting. I'll have to listen to this podcast later and write that down.
There you go. I could just send it to a link.
When I edit it, I've got to do editing. I listen to the whole thing like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, that sounds miserable.
It is. You got to go through and find little dead spaces and bring it on. Okay, let's see what else we got. What are your thoughts on our current status of BAF Draft? Being that we have right now that I know of, we have absolutely no soldiers that come now.
Well, I am sequestered to night shift, if you will. I am on night shift duty, so I cannot attend the evening BAF Draft event. So I haven't seen an event in several months, weeks.
When
months?
You were gone, we actually had a little group come in.
Yeah.
We were up to 12 to 14 people again.
That's impressive.
And then it just went away. And then they may come back, they said. So, I can't go into details on movement dates and stuff like that, but I can, these people might be back.
Hopefully.
So. But we do have Chris, who was on our second podcast that I deleted. So this is like, when I said this is our second, the other one, it was just too broken up and off topic. So Chris and John, those are 2 guys there. They're contractors. Lunchbox when he gets back from leave. Rob seems to kind of be into it again.
Well, Rob actually said he was going to take over and start heading up the events and actually sitting in and start passing out flyers to get people coming.
And I'm just taking a break because I've been frustrated with. Don't roll your eyes at me. I've been sucking lately. That's pretty much what it is. I've been horrible. I don't even think I've won. When I came back off leave, I was kicking butt. It's the curse of the 5. Planeswalkers in a row in a draft.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is.
Good luck in drafting, bad luck in games.
Good luck in pretty much. It's called I'm not that good. That's what it's called.
It's called Garyism.
Garyisms. Yeah, I'm weird. I'm. What did you say I was? You got a term for me, like
quitter. Oh wait.
No. Like I have a different ideological view of Magic. Like every 2 months or 3 months. So I'm taking a sabbatical.
A sabbatical.
Yeah, that's what I call it, man. That's the term you hear when like a pastor or some religious person takes a break, sabbatical.
Yeah, we call it a Tarmogoyf quit. That's what we call it.
Well, I'm taking until I get back from leave. But I have other projects outside of Magic, so I'm working on 3 books right now.
Have you ever been published?
I'm working on it. I'm trying to get published this year, so I'm done with the one. I told you about. Well, I can't say what the other one is. It's a secret.
It's a super secret. That
it is.
People who listen to this podcast may steal your secret.
No, it's not that. The person I'm writing it with, I'm told I can't say anything about it yet. So,
is it a thing you already told me about, and now you're saying you can't tell me about it?
Yeah, this is all getting deleted.
Oh my.
Okay, cube update. I'm trying to do drums. There we go. Dun, dun. Here we go. Cube update. So, my new thing, because I'm so jelly that everybody's got these cubes. So Matt has his like awesome power cube. He's the one that started it all. So this is.
Hold on. Courtesy of my sister. This is. I'm gonna take a little rant here.
Okay.
And I want to thank Lauren Moore for sending as a Christmas present a cube that they had. I guess they didn't get me a real present. I'm not sure what the story is, but. This is an amazing present that they sent me. It's basically, I guess, the cube they were running out there in Pennsylvania, and they sent it out here, and it is phenomenal.
Yeah, I love it. I'm used to that one now, and I love it a lot. Like anytime they go Power Cube or the other one that you made,
yeah,
it's always Power Cube. I love Power Cube.
And so Gary mentioned the other cube that I made. It's basically I took my rare binder from 2 years of drafting. And basically shredded a bunch of cards from other players, traded. So it's all 100% legit, and it's
real
just
cards.
Good stuff. Just a giant good stuff cube. There's
and
no
then,
mythics.
And that's when we started playing for a while with it. Started getting sticky. And
then
you went and bought like 1,000.
We were running, and this is foolish.
Like candy syrup on them and stuff, you know.
Word. But we were running the cards without sleeves, without anything. It was just...
There was no mythic rares, but there was like Heroes Downfall. There were some like expensive cards in there. Okay, first off, anything over $5 is expensive.
Okay, I'll give you that. But here's downfall. I don't think it was over $5.
It was up to $8 to $9 at one time.
At one time.
It was big. Back then, when we were screwing it up, not putting it in sleeves.
But now people did donate cards to the Cube.
Yes.
And it was a donation that basically helped pay for all the sleeves that used to sleeve it up and all the lands that were used to purchase to get for it.
I remember we were trying to find all the charms.
Yep.
And the whole set of gates.
Yep.
And all that. So, and that was fun. We were doing that. So now one thing I want to say about this Power Cube, I remember you showing me, because I'm making one now, and I realized the extreme work that went into this. Because your borders are pretty tight on there, like where the paper's going over.
I do not know how the thing was created.
It's double-sided tape. I know you told me that, but I think they did double-sided tape. I remember because some of the cards look real in the Cube.
Yes.
So what I mean is they printed out, proxy cards, and it looked like it was done on an inkjet. It doesn't look like it was done on it doesn't have the glossiness to it, but it's still in sleeves. But what impresses me is when it was cut out, like it was fit on there so tight, some of them look real. And so I'm making mine now. So I've gone through and printed out all my proxies. That alone took forever. Cutting them out individually took forever. And then trying to size them to the card that it's going to go on. So I just took all regular backed cards. So if in the sleeve you can't kind of see anything. And then I did the double-sided tape. I had to order like 12 rolls of double-sided. It costs a good little bit of money to make that thing and a ton of time. I'm still working on taping mine up, and I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 days now. So kudos on that. That was a lot of work. So that was an awesome gift.
Yes.
And so I'm waiting on my sleeves to come in, and I'm running out of tape. I only got 2 rolls of tape left, and still stacked like that. So my wife's got to send me some more tape. And then I've got some red sleeves. I ordered like 1,200 red sleeves.
Okay.
And my fat pack of Battle for Zendikar will be coming in at the same time.
Now, why you say fat pack of Battle for Zendikar? How much did you pay for the fat pack of Battle for Zendikar?
I paid $49. It went up.
Yeah, it's up to like $60, $70
Yeah,
now.
I paid $49 or something for that. I got it from Cool. I also get the discount from Cool Stuff, so that might have been why it was lower.
Okay.
So
I know if you had pre-ordered at $30, and now there's no more of those left. No more of those left.
It is expensive. I was on Cool Stuff or somewhere else, and it was like $59 on Cool Stuff today or yesterday or something.
The secret is you have to go to Walmart. You have to find Walmart or Target that have them.
Because they're the same price all the time. Yeah.
Well, it's not a limited print run. It's just a normal, but the players want them because those the lands, they're 50 cents each.
And historically, for me historically, like the rumor is, and this is kind of the general consensus with a lot of people, they like buying the fat packs. They think they get better pulls out of it. You're shaking your head. I've got the best pull out of fat packs. So
now, I have personal testimony of people who have gotten nothing but garbage out of fat packs.
Just like what's his name?
That's who I'm talking about. We're friends with the same person on Facebook, and that person got pretty much screwed.
Yeah, he opened like what?
3 of them.
3 of them. Yeah. I think he was upset that he didn't get a single expedition out of it, thinking that he was going to pull that.
If you're opening 9 packs per fat pack, that's 27 packs you're opening.
It's not even a box.
Yeah, it's not even 1 box, and if it's supposed to be 1 expedition per case.
But it's a fat pack. There should be 1 in every fat pack.
The fat packs would go up to $100 a piece.
That's what I'm dreaming. Is I'm going to open.
Let's be clear. You're dreaming that you would open 9 expeditions in 1 fat pack.
No, I'm not that far-fetched in my daydreams.
But look at your eyes. Look at your eyes right there. You can see
3 of them maybe out of 9. I want to get Gideon, foil Gideon.
Okay.
The most expensive expedition.
Okay.
What's that guy called? Cthulhu? What's his name? The big Eldrazi guy?
Ulamog?
Yeah, him.
Okay. Well, you can go Tarmogoyf yourself.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay, this is another topic. Because we live in a place that you don't have the best dining choices, we're going to go with the best and worst chow of the week. It seems like every year one DFAT closes down. So
is that what it is?
Yeah, it's something.
It's almost 1 month.
It's horrible. We're going to start driving over here for dinner now.
Oh, really?
It's
that
bad. Yeah, I don't go to lunch till right before it closes. I won't say what time that is because I can't really go over that. I will go to lunch right before it closes, which worked out great today, and which coincidentally was my favorite meal of the week.
Okay.
And then breakfast, I don't even do breakfast.
See, now Aaron Mounts loves breakfast. Aaron loves the breakfast.
It'll get me sick.
Oh, I had to basically cut down on what I was eating for breakfast because it would get me sick. Everybody I knew sick.
Well, for whatever reason, unless I'm eating fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Well, aren't you practically vegetarian anyway?
No, not me. If I don't eat fruit, if it's fruit and vegetables, it won't mess my stomach up. If I go in there and eat like a sausage or anything with grease in it or eggs, it just my stomach's sour. I can't do it. So, anyways, my best meal was on the side I live on, our side that we live on. Today they had fried rice with kung pao chicken, and then I put a little bit of the vegetables they do there too. It was on the little bar. Nobody was eating it, so I was like, I'll try that. So, and then the worst one of the week, pretty much any chicken wings on that same side.
But I think you need like a little intro video. Worst of the week.
Yeah, I'll come up with one.
Okay, there you go. Worst of the week.
Yeah.
Chicken wings on the other side.
I'll add that in.
There you go.
I'll make a little music and stuff and do that in after the fact.
Worst of the week. Now, I can tell you that my best and worst was the same. It's every meal this week so far.
Yeah.
It's just, working the shift that I work, the chow options are so bad, it's practically unedible. I was telling a friend of mine that I would rather them just take the food, put it into a blender, and I drink it.
Ugh.
Just to get it done with.
Well, I did grill today.
Okay.
Because we grill every Sunday.
Oh,
me
yeah.
And my coworker.
Oh.
So we took drumsticks. I grill them. I get them a little bit brown. I make this orange and honey glaze with some dried poblanos, dried jalapenos, and some other dried peppers, and I kind of put them in a coffee grinder. So the seeds are all busted up, and I cooked it down in that like most of the day. And I go out there and just glaze it as it's going. They were pretty good.
There you go.
It was pretty good. So I still liked the kung pao. That was my favorite for today. And then anytime they have the Mexican buffet on the other side, do they do that over here?
Yeah.
When you gotta try to find me that schedule.
I don't know.
I can hit it up and do it every day, then I'm good to go.
I don't know what the schedule is for out here.
As long as it's refried beans. If they don't have the refried beans, I'm not really that interested.
I know once a week they do pizza. I couldn't tell you what day it is. I don't remember.
That turkey one?
But I know a friend of mine. He always goes to the chow hall every time they have pizza.
That's the one with the turkey?
Where they have the turkey, the beef, and the Hawaiian.
Yeah. Now, I don't like onions and stuff like that.
I know that you don't like onions now that you've said it, yes.
Oh, see, I thought we had went over the... Okay, that's the only thing I'll eat it on.
Okay.
Is that turkey. Because, I don't know. And then you got the guy, the little Afghan worker.
Yeah, he flips all the stuff.
He thinks he works at a Japanese steakhouse, and he's one of them chefs that, throws shrimp at your mouth and makes a volcano. But he's basically just got two bread
knives?
Yeah, bread knives, and just clicks them together. He's all happy when he serves it to you.
I'm pretty sure he's high. Probably on that opiates.
Think so?
Oh, yeah. So? That's the only way to be happy in these chow halls, is just to be baked out of your mind.
So that's that. We ate earlier. They had bacon.
Yes.
At midnight chow, I can make a bacon cheeseburger.
Well, they always have bacon. Now, there's the thing, because their combination, whatever's left over from dinner before, and then breakfast. They're in an early breakfast. So it's like a combination of both meals.
Do you ever eat the gumbo?
I do not ever eat the gumbo, no.
Oh, okay.
No, I know too many people who've gotten sick from the gumbos out here.
Well, sometimes I'll make gumbo and throw they'll put crab in it,
yeah.
But they won't put crab meat in it. They just throw the crab leg in there, broken in little pieces so you can't dig the crab out.
Yeah.
That's when I just shut the lid and walk away.
Well, and the problem is if you're eating the soup and there's a little sliver of crab in there,
it'll
crab
cut
shell,
the back of your throat or something.
Yeah, it rips you up.
Ugh.
Now, one time, I don't know if you were there. The one time they had for lunch, they had gumbo off, if you will. Two different DFAC workers made gumbo, and they were competing to see whose tastes better. So they had one gumbo on one side, one gumbo on another side, and then they had people who coming in to eat where they wanted people to have both and then vote on which one was better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it was actually pretty entertaining. It was like a little distraction.
Me and my coworker, did I tell you about the cuttlefish incident? So there was another person we work with, not on our same program, just a person we know, was going, which one of my customers was going to Kaya, and they sell, they have that Italian place there, and you can buy like shrimp and crab legs and chicken. You can buy food, meat, frozen meats. So when I ever go there, I'll pick up stuff like that, smoked salmon. That's where I get my smoked salmon and stuff. Delete that. My coworker went, said, "Hey, can you pick up some shrimp for me?" So she went, and she was so happy. This woman came back and gave us 3 bags of cuttlefish. It wasn't shrimp. So if you know what cuttlefish is, it's like a cross between a squid and an octopus. It's the one that changes all the weird colors and looks funky looking. So they're hard to cook, just like squid is. Like, you have to cook it really fast, or you have to cook it for a long time, or it's real rubbery. So we decided to have a cook-off to get rid of this stuff. So we were going to do a tester the night before, and we did it, and we just gave up on it. It was horrible. It was really bad.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah. So, okay, so Magic the Gathering news. Commander 2015
Woo!
is coming out, I believe, November 14th? Or no, 15th, right here. I got it right down in my notes.
You got it down in your notes? Okay.
Yeah, 15. It's going to be 5 decks of dual color, and they're going to be the, what'd you call them?
They're going to be the enemy
colors.
dual colors.
What's the other called? Friendly or buddy?
Ally.
Okay.
Colors versus enemy colors. So the enemy colors here, it's going to be red, white, black, green, blue, red, and black, green. Those are going to be the colors, the 5 colors that come out.
And there'll be 55 new to Magic cards.
Yes.
Which will be, they're legally able to be used in, what is it, just Legacy and Vintage? That's it? That's crazy. It's so limited.
Well, the reason why is because they don't want to. They want to make specific cards for those formats to shake those formats up.
Gotcha.
The other thing they do is boost sales for those formats, because then the people who play in those formats want to buy these commanders right along with people who want to play the commander cards.
Especially that play set.
Yeah, you're increasing the number of sales you're going to get, because now you have 2 markets that are after.
Gotcha.
They actually also said the one things they like about it is that they can print more powerful cards that are for commander without worrying how it's going to affect standard.
Gotcha. It doesn't mess up any of the other, like the modern and standard format. It doesn't royally just change the whole meta there because of one crazy card.
Well, the two I guess biggest historical examples are Scavenging Ooze was first printed in Commander, the original Commander set.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
because I remember it came out in 2014.
Yep. Then it reprinted it for Standard in 2014. Same with Hornet Queen. Hornet Queen was also printed first as Commander
I did not
card.
know this.
Yeah,
okay.
were printed first.
See, I didn't get onto this Commander thing till last year. I remember when we were playing over here.
Yeah.
At this, this MWR over here. I remember there was. You remember that one guy? He used to fly down to Kandahar and come back, and he had those Commander sets. I don't know if you were here for that.
No.
And he was like this commander. I'm like, what is this? And he goes, you can't have duplicates. It's 100 cards. I'm like, I never even heard of this. But the cards, because he would play his commander, he would take cards out of his commander deck and make like a constructed deck and kind of tweak them up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we would just play casual.
Okay. Just kitchen table.
Yeah. And man, he would just do these ridiculous things, and I was like, this is so crazy. How does that card even exist? And that was my introduction to. And that would have been in 2000. That would have been 2011.
Okay.
So I think it was before you came.
Yeah, probably.
Because you weren't there for Nerd Rage Guy, were you?
No, I was not there for Nerd Rage Guy.
That guy almost flipped the table on that. He walked out. He was like, I'm quit. He was so mad because we were playing Emperor, and he doesn't like milling, and we were milling him to death. And he was controlling him to death. Is what it was. And he just stormed out like, this is stupid. And then like, not even a minute later, he walks in. Oh, I'm gonna finish the game. Let's just and acted like nothing happened.
Well, there you go.
So, that's the 2015 Commander. 55 new unique cards. They have not released any other information. There's all this speculation. There has not been any spoilers other than that.
Well, the one speculation that came out was that they were going to reprint the original Zendikar dual lands in it. It has been confirmed that they are not reprinting the dual lands in there.
I can't see them. I guess they could.
They could try because
put
it's the
one
colors.
in each one, right?
Yeah, put one in each one, but it has been confirmed that they are not doing that.
There's no. Yeah, that would. You'd see some sales go up if you saw that happen.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind going out and buying 4 of each.
Well, of course you'd have to buy 4 of each. You almost have to buy 4 of each.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're playing any of the modern, if you're playing Legacy, Vintage, you'd have to buy them all.
So, we've still got about 15 minutes. Anything else you wanted to talk about, or add to this podcast?
Oh, well, I mean, we could talk about colors. How about just raw colors? I can talk about one of my least favorite things to talk about.
What is that?
Which color do you hate the most? I have heard so many people talking about
Blue?
Which color do you hate the most. Well, to me, I think that's just bad. That's just bad Magic mentality to think which color is the worst.
The color, I don't want to say what's the worst. It's a different question. What do you think's the worst color, or what do you dislike the most?
But I think both go hand in hand. I think if you have a preference for color,
I'm gonna go with white.
Right, but having a preference for color is one thing, but hating a color, saying this color is bad.
Hate a color. Okay, right now I build a commander deck. It's black and white.
Okay.
I played it against Rob. It's pretty balanced. You know?
Okay.
Typically, those two colors, I'll draft with them. I guess if I'm doing like in a constructed deck.
I'm talking anything across all formats. Think to your mind that a color is bad.
Black is probably, in my opinion, like that would be the last choice that I would, unless I got put into that or something came up really good. This new set I've played with it one time, and it was okay, but yeah, I'm not that impressed with black. So
okay, so
I say that there are powerful ones.
Well, but I think you and I are of the same mind that there is no bad color.
Yeah.
But so many times you see people sit there and they love the hyperbole of this is the worst color or this is a terrible color.
You can't make blanket statements like that because the game changes so often.
Right.
It's a living game. It moves. This particular set. These might be strong, but for this particular standard, if this set comes out now, this particular deck's pretty strong. So this one color might work in 2 or 3 decks, so you could say that's a better one or whatever. But then once next set comes out, that could change. So that's like people who say the best players play blue.
Well, the best players do play blue. The best players play blue.
No. They're playing blue doesn't make you a good player.
No, playing blue does not make you a good player. But good players play blue.
Good players play blue, but it's not because of. It's a little more complex. It's not because of blue. It is because of blue, but there's an element of knowing how to play that properly and timing properly, and a lot of people don't know and have a hard time grasping that.
Well, I'm referring more to when people sit down at a draft without knowing anything. They say, I hate white. I'm never looking at white. Even though white could be hugely open and everybody's passing you all the most amazing white cards, you sit down and say, I hate white. I'm never playing white. And you come in with a preconceived bias, especially when drafting. Or I have seen too many times players just get there and rage as soon as I sit down at a table and put down an island. Next thing you know, the other player just practically wants to quit because I put down an island.
Well, by the way, this set, blue's really good for controlling it. Insane.
Yeah. But the last one, oh my word, Magic Origins? Cons?
Yeah, if you have to know what to draft, that's where that's the creature spell, creature non-creature spell ratio. You gotta have those big bombs. If you're doing the blue, the acronym I use, which I don't know, nobody pays attention to, but it really does work if you think about it. The bread, the bombs, the big cards, the removal, and that doesn't necessarily mean in the graveyard either. It could be in the hand or whatever. You're still getting it off the board. Evasion, which your blue's gonna have a lot of flying. What's the other one? Aggro, and the other one's dudes. I don't get that, but
it just means that if you're at a question between 2 mediocre cards,
just get a card.
Just get a creature as opposed to
okay.
a mediocre card that you're not putting in your deck.
Gotcha. But the blue, there's a lot of those flying. There's a lot of them that do things. They have the ingest. Is it ingest?
Ingest, yeah.
I like it. So, and they're not, they're colorless once they hit. There's some of those.
The void, yeah.
Yeah. There was a card I played. I can't remember what it was. It might have been a white. It's a 1 white 2/1. That's good for value, but that's about all it's good for. So it's still good.
It's your aggro
scale. For first, if you're going turn 1, dropping that in, you're getting some stuff in pretty quick.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
But yeah, the blue, the guy was just so controlling me. It was you know the ultimate feeling you get when a blue blue control deck is doing what it's supposed to do, and you just feel helpless, and you're just waiting for time to go by and hope maybe you draw something, or hope maybe he just fizzles out or something. And he was doing that.
I don't know what it's like to be on that side of the field.
Yeah. He was doing this and ended up, dropping his bombs down and just seal the game up on me. So, yeah, I'm impressed with blue. And then even when I told you I played before we came here, I played around. My internet went out, so I didn't get to pick my first pack. Because by the time I logged on, it was auto-picking for me. And they picked the worst ones for you, too.
Oh, of course. The goal was to make everybody else's deck better. And so they picked the worst cards and the most horrible color combinations they can for
Well,
you.
when I went in there, it was blue and white, and mainly blue. And a lot of flying. And a lot of, counter spells and control and move to hand and draw cards. And I was like, wow. So I just went and stuck with that. I mirror matched the first game with another white and blue. But he at least his first and a half packs got to choose what he wanted.
Oh, and you're just stuck with.
I'm stuck with the garbage that was left over.
Auto loot garbage.
We had under 10 minutes left in the second match, or the second match of round one. He beat me, but they went long because even though I didn't have the best, I still had the control there when we were kind of going back and forth. Very stalemate, couldn't really do anything. We're sacking for sacking, we're trading for trading, slowing each other down, doing all this crazy stuff, and we had some of the exact same cards in our hand, and but the blue and white works pretty good in this. So, I think that's about it. It's probably going to be a little bit under. What did you say? How did you say I should sign off? Oh, yeah, we're not doing that.
No, my sign off was a terrible one. Tarmogoyf,
Yeah.
Tarmogoyf.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that is it for this episode of BAF Draft. Thank you, Matt, for joining us.
All right.
I enjoyed this. We'll probably do this again next week.
If you happen to be in the BAF area, check us out at www.facebook.com/groups/BAFDraft.
That's BAF.
DRAFT.
Correct. BAF being Bagram Air Field.
Yes.
We're in Afghanistan, in case people didn't figure that out already. So, I think that was addressed in the first episode.
So now they gotta wait 50-something minutes before they can figure out that we're in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If they didn't put two and two together.
At least we're doing a service to people.
Yeah.
Maybe it's BAF Kandahar or BAF Kuwait.
They have that one guy we know. He was starting a.
He's starting a group.
He was starting a group.
Yep.
So we're signing off. I gotta come up with a sign off. So check your kids later.
Oh.
Okay, that's it. We'll see you next week.